Cutscene time.
A handshake? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, see you.
Mic on.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
Hi, Matoy. I haven't seen you since we killed a god, and then killed another god.
Those people just now? No, that was the first I'd met them. I get a lot of people asking me for a handshake these days.
Yeah, it's because we killed a god. And another god. And some of the people who helped us kill a god aren't from this dimension. Or are long since dead. So you're the only one they can shake the hand of. Nobody wants to shake my hand for some reason.
I'm sure I'm not the only one. A lot of people look up to us Guardians. And it's all thanks to you.
Yeah, they got a lot of respect for all two of us.
Well, why don't we start off by having lunch somewhere quiet? And then... Excuse me?
A wild anime girl appears.
Sorry to bother you, I just happened to overhear. Are you two Guardians? Yes.
Technically.
And you are...
They haven't revoked my privileges yet.
I'm Asuna. I'm a beginner who just started the game today. Actually, I was sort of thrown out here as soon as I logged in without a tutorial or anything. Beginner at what? And what's this about a tutorial?
Since you already know that your universe exists as a video game in Earth's universe, this should not be something that you're still not used to hearing.
Right, thought so. I've tried talking to a number of people since coming here, but...
None of them understand you.
They all react the same way you just did.
She should be one of the only people who should not react the way she just did. I get that most of Oracle probably doesn't know. I'm guessing that the whole this is a game thing was kept secret. But, like, Matoy should know this.
They all said I should talk to the Guardians if I had questions, so I came looking for you.
But you didn't know she was a Guardian until you eavesdropped.
Well, we would be happy to help you if we can.
If she needs us, then we have no choice. We're railroaded into helping people we just met. It's the rules.
Yeah, we'll do everything in our power to assist you. Thanks. I'll start from the beginning again. My name's Asuna.
Hi.
I'm Matori, and this is...
Shadgon, because I can't lie about my name.
It's nice to meet both of you. Oh, and he's Kirito. This is his first day here, too.
Kitty toe. As in, you know, like a baby cat's toe? That's what I'm gonna call him now. He's Kitty toe.
This game for a long time
now. Checks playtime. 1,800 hours. Nah, I'm new at this. I'm just a baby.
Game?
And I just lost the game.
Could you tell us about this world? Like, where we are and what kind of place this is?
It's a sci-fi world. But don't worry, your swords work here. You don't have to resort to guns. And this place has a lot of cat girls. I see your fashion, people.
It's part of the Oracle fleet.
Oh, go with the plot answer.
We're operatives of a planetary reconnaissance force known as ARC. Does that about sum it up?
No, because recon isn't a thing that you or I have done this entire time. We just kill space demons.
You're right. Of course they wouldn't be asking for such basic information.
Or maybe they would, because they know nothing.
Sorry, your name is Kirito? I'm afraid I don't really know what you're asking.
Oh, no worries. Thanks anyway. I guess we'll just keep looking around.
What?
We'll come find you if there's anything we don't get. Maybe you can help us out then.
Yeah.
Yes, of course we will, but...
Come on, Asuna.
Wait, Kirito, but... No.
These people is weird.
Thanks for everything. See you!
I feel like if we had seen this in real, like, not with everyone staring at us, if this was like a normal conversation, this is where Kirito looks over at her and just gives her this look like... and just moves on. Like, oh, I get it.
Right. Goodbye. There they go. They were an odd pair.
I'm sure they're saying that about us.
Yeah, I don't think they're members of ARCS.
Yeah. No shit.
Sierra, what do you mean by that? I mean, they probably came here from Earth through PSO2.
Stating the obvious, but we needed it apparently.
PSO2. That's the game that's popular on Earth, where Hitsugi and the others are, right?
This is totally not meta in any way.
Yes, the game that Mother created in order to access this universe. It's called PSO2.
It just occurred to me, if PSO2 exists on Earth in this game, that implies that PSO1 had to exist. Following the same logic, and since we know that the universe of PSO1 exists as a parallel universe to this, because we just had a crossover that talked about that, does that mean that potentially Earth had a way to access Pioneer 2 in the same way they access Oracle? My brain's going to melt thinking about it, but they open a can of worms by creating this meta scenario that just it hurts, and this is why I don't do lore videos.
Before, anyone could come here as long as they had the aptitude. But now limits have been placed on it, and only authorized people can access the game. Or so I thought.
Specifically, only certain people could full dive into the game. It was well established that most people played normally, you know, like with an avatar or a character, and didn't jump in themselves.
Does that mean they're authorized?
And if you've seen SAO, you know that that's their characters and not them. Well, I guess they were supposed to mirror themselves, but they're probably wearing headsets right now.
I haven't heard anything of the sort from Enga of Earthguide.
Also, unless they turn out to be phantasms, this implies that they're part of the same universe. Which makes me wonder why anyone would be surprised that people could full dive into PSO2, because the existence of SAO means that this is not the only game that can be done.
It's concerning, honestly. I'm going to contact Enga and see what's going on.
Which also speaks to the possibility that if they could full dive into PSO2, which is technically an alternate dimension from Earth, could other games like Aincrad or Alfheim be places that are also alternate dimensions? Could we potentially travel to them? And I don't think I want that.
You should go keep them company to make sure they don't fall into any danger. They seem to think of our universe as a game, so who knows what could happen.
You can't fault them for that part, though. Because, like, outside of, like, Hitsugi and Enga, Human and Kori, outside of Mother Core and then the few heroes of Episode 4, most people don't know that this is an alternate universe. So they can't be faulted for that. I'll give them that.
Right. It almost sounds like an official mission now, but we'll do our best.
Also, I don't want to give people the wrong idea. I do like that they...
You contacted us out of nowhere, Sierra. How
Hold
did
that
you know
thought.
what was going on? Well, obviously when I heard that you two were going out somewhere together, I got curious and...
Sierra is a stalker.
You were spying on us? Sierra?
She doesn't get out much.
Anyway...
She's also not wearing her glasses here.
Bye.
So anyways, as I was saying, I actually do like that they did this particular
And
collab.
that other Guardian weren't NPCs, were they?
But that doesn't mean it's without some flaws. I'd like to talk about. We gotta talk about something. No, we weren't NPCs, and this isn't a game.
Nope. And they aren't players either. They don't think this world is a game.
You know, there's a reason for that.
They probably live here, convinced that this is reality.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too. Plus the way we look. We converted from ALO, so what are we doing in our SAO avatars?
So this is probably after Gun Gale, is my guess.
If this isn't a game, then... Wait, can we log out?
Yes.
The menu comes up like normal, so it looks like we can.
Whew. Dodge that bullet at least.
I'll give him that. Given his experience, that's a legitimate concern.
I'm a little nervous about all this, but since we went to the trouble of converting, we may as well have a look around.
Converting I don't understand. That's probably something from much later in the series than I've gotten.
Good idea.
If I were to guess, it has something to do with the fact that after ALO, a means for everyone to create their own VR games existed, and like you could jump from game to game. They're probably talking about something along those
We have to get used to
lines.
fighting here first. What should we start with, though?
Violence.
I've been curious about the equipment and outfits I've been seeing too.
They're space outfits, because you should know by now this is a sci-fi game.
I have an idea.
Or science
Why don't we
fantasy.
ask Matoy about where we should buy clothes and stuff.
Everybody right now is vying to get your clothes specifically. I don't think you're gonna have to look. You're currently wearing the height of fashion for the next 24 hours.
Hey, I've got an interesting idea. Want to hear it?
Sure.
I was listening to some class advocates, and it got me thinking. The stuff they were talking about could be put to use in any world. It was basically the fundamentals of fighting. In other words, all the experience I've racked up until now should come in handy here as well.
I mean, technically yes.
In the place we were in before, co-op attacks were the key to taking down bosses.
Okay, yeah. That tracks.
So I wanted to see if that was the case here too.
Unless you're chanting photon blasts.
I'm curious if we can beat you two with our combined attacks.
Excuse me?
Mind having a match with us? You'll be doing us a huge favor.
Pardon?
I'm back, Kirito.
Matoy, this little boy wants to go 2v2 with us.
We're back. What's the matter?
Hey there. Perfect timing.
Want to beat each other up to prove a
I
point?
was just talking about us having a 2-on-2 match.
How does this work?
That's what I like to hear.
I'm not the class I want to do for this, but I suppose it couldn't hurt.
But it might be a little dangerous to fight directly. Why don't we compete to see which team can defeat more enemies?
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, but I wanted to beat him up.
Sounds fun. We won't go easy on you. I don't want any of us to hold back. Okay, Asuna? You sound fired up. But we are not gonna lose. Right, Kirito?
Nope,
Yes, you are.
Not a chance. Get ready, Guardians.
Nope. Nope, I'm gonna beat you.
Damn it. Just 2 more and... Well, gotta hand it to you.
Yep, we won.
But we got used to switching too, so I think we gained a lot from this. Thanks, Matoy.
I just sat there and used my bow the whole time.
And thank you, Asuna. There were several times where I thought we'd lose for sure. You two sure make a great team.
I killed basically all of them without much contribution from any of you, so I don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we do. We've been fighting as a team for a long time now.
This is true.
Oh yeah? You certainly seem to get along well.
We've been doing that for quite a while, too.
Oh, we've been through a lot together.
You two make a cute couple too.
Thank you. Someone says it.
A couple? We aren't officially together or anything, right?
You make it clear that that's what you kind of thought for a while. Ha!
Wait. That's such a delicate subject. We should talk about this later. Okay?
Bye, Matoy.
I didn't mean to meddle. Good luck, Matoy. Don't start teasing me too, Asuna. We're allies. That's all. Gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Twice now you've told me that you loved me. You don't have to be so shy about it. I think everybody knows.
Anyway, we lost this round, which means we have to give you your prize.
Yes, you do.
Oh, wow. I wonder what it is.
Your appreciation?
I guess you could say it's a move we've learned. We'll teach it to you.
Oh, it's your emotes, right?
What? So it's a photon art or something?
No, it's an emote.
Well, it's hard to explain, but think of it like a martial art.
Yeah, we tried it out, but even when we mimicked the movements, it didn't damage the enemy at all. I'm not sure I follow, but if you're going to teach us, then we'll do our best to learn.
Okay, watch this.
Do we get to see them do it?
Starburst.
Yep, there we go. And he's doing that. They're all doing. They're on the Ark ship, right? Like, they shouldn't be allowed to do that in here. Just saying, I'm pretty sure they can't.
This is my sword skill, Starburst Stream, and Asuna's mother's Rosario. I'm sure you two can match the movements.
Receive 670, sword skill. Yours is just...
Rosario is filled with precious memories. You'll treat it with proper respect, right?
It's a motion. I'm not really sure how that works.
Thanks, Asuna. We'll treasure it.
Yours is just a bouncer attack, and you don't have a PSO2 copy yet? We'll get there. New Genesis will make it happen.
You both have helped us out so much, so I wanted to talk to you about something. Like we already told you, we came from a completely different world than Oracle.
Yep.
Sorry that we can't tell you exactly how we got here.
I think you're both
Don't worry
phantasms.
about it. We already know that there are universes outside the one Oracle is in, so it's okay.
Oh, so you've had a similar experience already?
Twice, actually. 3 times if you count TPD's realm. This is actually becoming cool.
Different worlds before, but now I'm sticking to ALO.
This is kind of a common occurrence for us at this point.
It's just that recently I've been thinking of trying out dual wielding in several worlds.
A skill not unique to you, but
I thought
okay.
it might help me grow as a swordsman.
No, actually, typically it's recommended against it.
Why would you think that?
Because it's clunky as hell, Matoy. Thank you for asking.
It's a long story, but to sum it up, I've had a bunch of experiences that made me start thinking that.
Kirito.
Also, there's 2 different classes that use your style to some degree.
So,
So-
when I went researching dual wielding in different VR MMOs, I mean alternate dimensions, I came across Oracle's world.
And you still think we're a game.
It made me curious, so I decided to come here.
I was shocked when Kirito first told me. But it sounded fun, so I came with him.
Neither of them actually get it.
At first, I planned to just look around a bit and then immediately return to our world.
But I showed you how
Which
fun
why I
violence
was
is here.
against Asuna coming with me. But
But you're glad I did now, right?
Because you can't tell her no anyways.
yeah, it's thanks to you that I met them. And they've taught us how great this world is. Thanks for sticking with us even though you're busy with other stuff.
I had nothing better to do.
Yes,
Plot-wise.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're gonna go back to our world in a little bit.
I bet you are.
There are people waiting for us there. They're probably sick and tired of waiting at this point.
Or you could bring them here. And we could actually fight each other at some point.
Well, will you come to visit again? Definitely. Next time we'll bring our friends, too. I can't wait to introduce them to you.
Let's go.
I look forward to it.
See you around. Oracle was awesome. We'll be sure to drop by again soon.
You better. Because I want to beat you at
Take care.
something. Like, an actual duel.
I'm still not entirely sure what was going on with them, but I'm glad they were nice people. I hope we meet again soon. Excuse me, it's Sierra. Oh, they already left.
Yep, they gone.
Good work, you two. I need to make a report about the results of my earlier investigation, so please come to the bridge.
Yeah, okay. What's up?
Thank you so much for handling this sudden request during your vacation. It was nothing. We had a great time getting to know Kirito and Asuna. Isn't that right?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to fight them.
I contacted Inga and he said he couldn't find any records of someone accessing Oracle from Earth.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're
And
phantasms.
what's more, this ALO game they were talking about doesn't exist on Earth at all. And that can't be right. Did they actually come from an alternate dimension then? I thought they were just glossing over the truth to make it easier on us when they said that they'd come from another world.
They're probably phantoms.
Right. That's most likely half true and half false. And what does that mean, Sierra?
They're probably phantasms who believe they're from
After
somewhere
running
else.
72 models and making full use of my powers of calculation, the most likely answer is they came from a different Earth than Angus.
I suppose that works.
A different one? How can that be? Do you know of the parallel universe theory? It's also known as a multiverse or parallel world. But basically,
Sierra, we don't have time for that particular conversation because I know that takes a while.
the idea is that another universe exactly like our own exists out there somewhere. In fact, there have been reports of teleporters going haywire in the past, landing ARC's operatives in unknown worlds.
That's how they're going to explain away Pioneer 2 existing in this world.
Not clear why, but for whatever reason, what's known as the seed on their Earth can interfere with our Earth's ESCA system.
So that's how they're going to explain how our world is actually a VR MMO in their universe.
Our universe is miraculously linked, and they were able to log into Oracle as if it was PSO2. And their avatars became phantasms, materialized from the strong feelings and memories they have.
I was partially right, phantasms were involved.
Which is why they were able to make use of their phantasmal bodies just by playing a game, without even knowing they were in Oracle's universe.
So something they've sort of glossed over in this case, but never have outright said, the fact that they've acknowledged that they can enter Oracle through PSO2 as a game implies that video games exist in the Oracle universe. Now I get how that wouldn't be relevant to our job as ARCs, but I feel like that's something... Well, no, they have acknowledged it in Divide Quest. Remember, just because it's VR doesn't mean it's a game. So video games exist in Oracle, and they haven't touched on that very much. Maybe they should. That'd be interesting.
Now that you mention it, they did say that their clothes came from a world that they were in the past, rather than the one that they just came from. We'll never know the truth, but I'm sure those clothes must hold some precious memories for them.
I don't really associate too much with outfits, other than like what I wore to my wedding.
Don't happen that frequently. Now that they've returned to their universe, they probably won't be able to come back to Oracle again.
That's also fine.
Oh no! So we won't see them again? But we got along so well. We even talked about getting together later.
I'm sure...
I'm getting a call from... Asuna? Thank goodness it connected. So Kirito?
Left something behind.
Dang it! I can't get over losing our contest.
Ah!
Let's do it again. I have to get my revenge before we head back. We'll be waiting at the usual place. I've got a secret plan this time. We're sure to win.
They logged back in just so they could cheat at a contest.
You know, and I'd like to learn more about this world's cooking from you, Matoy. Let's meet at Franka's Cafe. Yay! We can see each other again.
In your face, Sierra. You don't want us to have friends.
Forever, but I do hope they enjoy Oracle to the fullest while
Yes,
they're
they can. Just in full defiance of you specifically.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't want to go fight with them again.